Oh, hey, I'm sitting here planning, man, I'm so excited. Impact 2024. I'm sitting here planning the curriculum. I'm working everything now. What is Impact 2024, you asking? It is my mentorship program. I've been working on this for years, and now is the time. 2024, you're going to give birth to your ideas. You're going to give birth to your dreams. You're going to give birth to your vision, and I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to be sharing 6 weeks with you on branding, entrepreneurship, influencing, media, consistency, event planning, relationships, avoiding burnout, scheduling, how to put a hectic schedule together, how to put a team together, how to network with one another. Join me for 6 weeks. The dates are on the screen right now. I need you to sign up right now. It's an investment of $600. You say $600, yeah, it's an investment. So if that scares you, then it's not for you. I want some people that's ready to invest in your life, and I want to help take you on the journey. We're going to do 6 weeks, once a week, every Monday as a team, as a group, 10 people, and then I'm going to take you 4 times individually for 30 minutes, and we're going to work out your plan. Business person, entrepreneur, you just have a vision, you're a minister, you're a preacher, you want to know, I have years of experience and I want to share it with you. So register right now at gregdavidshow.com. Go there right now. Slots are going fast, and go with God. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. This is a special edition of When the Right One Comes. We are live on all platforms. Hey, Instagram, Facebook, both of my YouTube channels. And this is not, we're not going to be long. I have a very special guest that's sharing with me today. Nobody else could do this assignment. Hey, Clubhouse. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Pop up. We'll still be here later at 3. This is a very special edition of When the Right One Comes, and it is called Single with a Vision. Adding him to the stage, and we are on Instagram. If you all would share this for me, I'd appreciate it. It's going to be a little different. We're going to give you information. We are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. 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 I don't know why we say that, but I'm excited about 2024, and I wanted to share with you all today what was on my heart. I want to share with you all today what is on my heart on today. Do me a favor. If you have a cell phone, I need you to text 80123 80123 80. Get your phone and text the number 80123 to Bishop Greg. 80123 to Bishop Greg. 80123 to Bishop Greg, so that you can be informed of what's going on. Hey, Clubhouse, I see y'all in here. I have a young man with me. He cleared his morning for me. It's after early afternoon. I think you froze on oh, okay. I'm gonna send you another one in. All right, we're gonna get rid of that one.
There we go.
You got it?
Yes, sir. They bringing me in the room now.
Yeah, I got you. So we got to figure this out. I think you may. Let me turn this down. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. I turned my StreamYard down. All right. Can y'all still hear us on Facebook? Whoever's there, can you hear us? All right. I have with me Dr. Eddie Connor. You all know him from my podcast, When the Right One Comes. And we're going to talk this afternoon. Thank you, Erica. We're going to talk this afternoon just for a few minutes about Single with a Vision. Dr. Eddie Connor he's an author. He's a prolific preacher. He is an evangelist. He is a prophetic preacher. Not only that, but he has done something many has not done, and that is he has been featured on TED Talk, Detroit TED Talk, and he has a great conference. And I love, for those of you that can see us in the background, he has some glasses, some I, I don't miss nothing, and that's what we're going to talk about today: vision. Welcome, sir.
The one and only quintessential bishop. You are everywhere, omnipresent bishop.
Lord have mercy.
Good
So
to be with you.
we in a new year, and everybody's trying to figure it out, trying to find their way. They've made resolutions that will resolve, dissolve,
Right.
dissolve,
Let's dissolve. Right.
dissolve. I often say going in the gym in January is the time that I took off, because you have people that'll come there, get memberships, and they're gone by February because um they can't take the rhythm of it. They can't take the the consistency of it, Dr. Eddie. And then those of us that been there, we would take back over the gym. Um, Vision is easy to see, but harder to fulfill. I was on
Mm,
the phone. I was late coming signing on because I was on with one of my sons who is in his 30s, and he's perplexed by his own generation.
mm.
Hey, David Fitzgerald, he's perplexed by his own generation, Erica, because I'm gonna just say it like he said it, not my mouth, out of his mouth to my ears. He feels like they're lazy.
Wow.
Uh, a lot of this generation. Um, Secondly, um, you cannot have a vision unless you are willing to work the vision. So, Dr. Eddie, you gonna ask me some questions. We're gonna talk. We're gonna dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, because I'm at the place in my life that I feel like I have a whole lot to offer
Mm,
of of a man that's 61 years old, and I've had success after success after success after success. You know, the old Christian song says, I've had some good days and I had some bad days, but you know what? My good days, for real, my
yeah.
successes outweighs my losses. And now I want to help others to do the same thing. So welcome.
Mm. Wonderful opportunity to be with you, Bishop, because you have laid the groundwork and you've been a forward thinker. You understand the whole aspect. Without a vision, people perish. My people perish for lack of knowledge, even as you said, as we've opened these digital doors to have this conversation. And then also, it's like what Dr. Miles Monroe said, the late great Dr. Miles Monroe. He said, "Vision is purpose in pictures." The
Mm,
picture that I have for my future gives me direction of how to press past my past. And I think for us for 2024 is going to boil down to how we use our 24 hours each day. The success or failure of 2024 is going to hinge on how we do with our 24 hours. And we have a lot of us say, yeah, I want more in 2024. But here's the question: what are you willing to do to become more? Somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Uh, um, we got to go out and apprehend the vision and make it plain and do what Habakkuk 2 and 2 said, write the vision, make it plain. And when we make it PLAIN, it'll become a PLANE to be able to soar to another level. And that's what you've done so tremendously. Um, even before I knew you, you were a virtual mentor to me. And you have such a wealth of wisdom to be able to offer. And I'm looking forward to having that conversation about what you have coming up and how people can be a part of it.
Yeah. So we have Impact 2024 coming up, and there's some areas that we're going to talk about today as we get ready for and I'm taking 10 people and I'm mentoring them. There's 6 slots that are available, and it's an investment. I see some of the people, Joy and Keena and Erica, that's registered for it already. But I wanted to share. Um, let me ask you this before you. Why is mentorship so important, Dr. Eddie?
Oh, great question. Mentorship saved my life. I got to say that. 2024 marks 24 years of me being cancer free, being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer as a teenager, and I wanted to give up. I wanted to throw in the towel. By the grace of God, the prayers of a powerful prayer warrior mother that I have, I was able to find the can in cancer and overcome those obstacles. And for many years, I was without a mentor. I was void of direction. And gratefully, thankfully, positive men and women came into my life to rear me and push me in that direction. I really believe, mentorship matters. Life teaches us in 2 ways: mistakes and mentors. It's better to learn from the mistakes of a mentor than for you to make your own. And so, because of
Dr.
that,
Eddie,
now I
Dr.
move
Eddie,
forward with
let's try this. Turn your IG down. I
okay,
turned mine down.
okay, yeah.
That may work because they said we echoing. Can y'all still hear us on IG? Somebody give me a yes.
Everybody say yes.
Right. Can y'all still hear us on IG? Okay, we good. Can y'all hear us on Clubhouse? Okay, that's much better. Okay, let's go. It stopped. Go ahead. I didn't mean to stop you, but I want
Yeah.
everybody to hear
No,
this. Go
no,
ahead.
no. Oh no, I was just saying, mentorship matters. Life teaches us in 2 ways: mistakes and mentors. It's better for you to learn from the mistakes of a mentor than to make your own, which is why what you're doing and the power of the impact that you're making has been so valuable, because you've blazed a trail that people don't have to carve out on their own. And now they're able to follow along the path that you can guide them with many of the aspects of what it is that you share, and the wisdom that you've been able to find from wounds, and uh, the transformation that you've had, that people can actually hold on to that and really make it.
I'm thinking as you're talking, you mentioned something, Eddie, and that is I mentored you from afar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you realize, do y'all realize how many people that are watching you,
Mm,
they're looking at you from afar? And here's the thing. I don't know why, Dr. Eddie, people think that um, because they only have maybe a sphere of influence of their family, or they may
mm,
just have the sphere of influence of their job,
yeah.
that they don't have influence. You have influence no matter how many people it is. Influence is influence. I just happen to have been on worldwide television for 16 years, but everybody has influence. And so I just wanted to point that out. Let me pivot to this. Why do, and then you can ask me whatever you want. Why do most singles think that they have to wait? I'm looking at you, you know, you're not married, so you single. I'm not, we ain't asking relationship status. Yeah, yeah. Why do most people wait until they feel like they need a partner to do what they do?
Mm. A lot of times people see single as something that is a disappointment. They see it as failure or a fracture. They see singleness a lot of times as a curse. And a lot of times people are waiting to have somebody to feel like they are somebody, or to feel like it gives them credibility.
Woo! Say that
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Too
They're
many people
waiting.
waiting to have somebody to feel like they are somebody. And I believe you got to partner with your purpose before you expect a purpose partner. Partnering with your purpose is you showing up for yourself. What has God orchestrated, called, created you to do that is void of somebody now being on your arm or somebody now having their last name or whatever the case may be? What has he called and created you to do to where now you're so in your purpose that you have singular vision and focus, and the right one, when the right one comes, as you say, they meet you on your journey to greatness because you've put in the sacrifice, you've put in the sweat equity to be successful, and you've been successfully single.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
That's
thing.
good.
Can you be successfully single?
Yeah. Successfully say. And let me tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen. When you become successfully single, your drawing power is better. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, what's drawn to you will be upgraded.
Wow.
The person that will pursue you, ladies, because you are increasing your value. Increase your value so you can increase your reach of the person that will partner with you. Y'all not listening.
They not
We
listening to
no,
you.
no, yeah. Singleness, Erica is right. It is not a punishment. You're not a leopard. You don't have a disease. Do you know, as a single, the oh my God, the freedom that you have? You can get up and go wherever you want to go. You can get up and say, you know what? My daughter Micah called me. We were supposed to go out to dinner when she was in Detroit some months ago, and we were supposed to go out that Thursday. She was here for a conference, and Thursday came, and I didn't hear from her, and so I called. I said, "Are we still on? Are we still on to thanks Kingdom for the badge? Are we still on to go to dinner to late lunch?" She said, "Dad, will you be mad at me?" I said, "For what?" She said, "I'm on my way to Italy.
Wow.
I'm on my way to the airport, and I'm going to Italy." I said, "How long you gonna be there?" "Oh, I'm just going for the weekend. I'll be back Monday." I said, "Are you safe? You going?" "Oh, I'm going with somebody I know." Yeah. Had she been married, y'all not saying nothing. She might have would have had to check with somebody and say, "Hey, she thought I was gonna be mad." No, I want her to live her best life.
Yeah.
So singleness, it has this. It's the only time that you get a chance to be selfish. So why not? I'm turning the corner, Eddie. Why not better yourself? It's a new year. You've turned a new corner. Why not better yourself in this year? I said, Eddie, this is the year of the hookup. This is the year that singles are going to meet their spouse. They're going to meet their significant other. But while you're doing that, I think those that are Christians remember the story of Boaz and Ruth. Ruth already had a reputation of taking care of business, taking care of her mother-in-law. And Boaz had heard of that. He said, "I already know you. You've been good to the old lady Naomi." So, singles, what are you planning this year? What's your vision for this year?
Yep.
Not your vision shouldn't just be to meet the right one. Your vision, I keep telling y'all, is to become the right one.
That's good.
Go ahead, Dr. Eddie.
No, that's so good. Becoming the right one for the right one. And you talk about Boaz and Ruth. You think about this. Boaz found Ruth in the field. What is your particular field of expertise? Are you cultivating your field?
Come on, man.
Are you a a professional in your field? Right? What is your field? I don't know if your field is nursing. I don't know if your field is ministry. I don't know if your field is education. I don't know if your field is entertainment. I don't know if your field is entrepreneurship. But what are you doing to cultivate your field to where somebody now says, "Listen, I want to invest in the field that you are already cultivating because I see that your field produces a yield. It's producing a harvest. I want to sow into the harvest. I want to connect with you in the harvest. I want to not just compete with you. I want to compliment you. I don't want to just be somebody who is just compliments you. I want to be a suitable fit for you. I think that's where it is.
Exactly.
And with that, Bishop, I think when you're talking about, when the right one comes, when you're talking about single with a vision, you got to have mentorship. Got to have somebody who's traversed the path, who's already been where they're trying to go, and you offer that, especially with what you're trying to do with this incredible mastermind mentorship, that you're going to be, that you're unraveling, that you're galvanizing real soon. For people somebody's watching, somebody's listening, they say, listen, this got to be the year of for more. I got to become more in 2024, and I need somebody who has already been there, done that. I got a T-shirt and a website, who's not just going to give constructive criticism, who hasn't constructed anything, but you constructed so many great things. I remember watching you on the Word Network. I remember watching you on Christian television for years, and I said, man, if I could just get close to the bishop, if I could just meet the bishop. I remember being on the Word Network, meeting you, and just your personable level. Yes, you bring the spiritual, but you also bring the practical. You're relatable. You're relevant. You got expertise in relationships, and not just in relationships, in media and entrepreneurship, in the aspects of branding and really how to be everywhere at one time and how to connect to your audience, how to communicate, bring clarity, increase your cash flow. So many other things that you've done throughout the years. You've been such a forward thinker. And I think this is a great way that you've been able to package your purpose and give people not just tangible wisdom to survive, but to thrive. And so you got an incredible mentorship program that you have. I need you to just tell us a little bit about it. What does it include? What it entails? When it's going to start? How people can be a part of it as well.
I apologize to y'all because I see y'all saying it's echoing. I tried to put everything in at the same time. So I apologize. Y'all bear with us the best that you can. Um, Starting on the 22nd of this month through February 26th, I'm going to take 10 people and I'm going to pour into them, Dr. Eddie, not from afar, but I'm going to meet with them every Monday for 6 weeks. We're going to talk about branding. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about influence. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about how to start a business from scratch, which I've done several times. We're going to talk about how to raise capital. We're going to talk about credit scores. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to be able to direct them to people. We're going to talk about being single or whatever your status is. We're going to talk about uh, uh, putting a winning team together, getting people to buy into your vision. We're going to talk about um, scheduling. We're going to talk about how not to be burned out. All of these things I'm packaging for the group, but then there will be 4 sessions per person. I'm offering 4 sessions for 30 minutes per person because there are
Wow.
some people that will want the ministry track. I can tell you how to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you how to be an event. I can tell you how to start your own podcast. I can tell you that necessarily you don't necessarily have a ministry in the pulpit. Your ministry may be virtual. I've
Mm-hmm.
shifted, I've pivoted from in the pulpit. I still preach in the pulpit, don't get me wrong. I do all of it, but I also am virtual. Sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
preach 5 to 6 times a week virtually. We're virtual right now. We're reaching people all over the world, all over the country with that potential. I'm also going to talk about you trying to be on TV. Necessarily, TV may not be the thing nowadays. How we are pivoting. I'm going to teach you everything that I've done in my life, and it's only $600. And some people will say, "Whoa, $600! $600 to pick somebody's brain." And here's the other part about it. I'm not going to just sit and talk to them. I want them to ask me. I want them to empty me. I want them to ask me every question that they can think of. And so if you are interested in Impact 2024, I got 6 slots left where I
Mm.
where you don't have to piecemeal, as the old people say, put together things that you've heard me say. You can get it straight from me. I'm looking for 10 serious people. I have 4 people already. We're starting in 2 weeks. If you are willing to invest, all right, in what I have already learned, there are some
Mm.
things you don't have to go through, even as it relates to sharing with you crises when you're going through a crisis. Because let me say this to you: there are going to be some things you're going to go through, and you're going to need to know how to handle it. You need to know when to be quiet and when to talk. Huh? You need to
Right.
know when it's time for you to be quiet, when it's time for you to shut down, because maybe you've done something. What do you do when everything you've built, everything that you started, is threatened because of something
Mm.
you did wrong? Are y'all listening to me? The Bible says there's a time for everything. And so I'm gonna help you even with crisis management, because I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. And so I want you to be a part of it. There are 6 slots left. You can go to gregdavisshow.com, gregdavisshow.com. Erica, if you could put it up for registration for Impact 2000. It's my mentorship program. Dr. Eddie, I've been having this. That's the other thing. Would you agree with me, Dr. Eddie, that there's some ideas that are birthed in us, that are put inside of us, they're incubated, but they're for another time?
Mm. Wow. That's so true. Sometimes we have a good idea, but is it a God idea? Does
And
does
is it the time
the
for it?
the time for it, right? The time for it. Timing is everything. And a lot of times we have not seized the moment because we've been reticent, we've been hesitant, we've been scared, we've allowed people's opinions to become our prison. We're teetering on whether we should step out or not. And you've created this seminal moment for people to seize it, for people to go after it, for people to take advantage of it, for people to wait on it and say, well, you spend more $600. People put that more into red bottom heels.
Right.
You spend more on that, throughout the course of a month going out to eat. Right. So it is about investment and timing. Timing and investment go hand in hand. You're looking to receive that harvest of blessing this year, looking to see that harvest and that ROI, that return on investment, because I know that this impact, this mentorship produces a tremendous ROI. You got to connect the timing and the investing in together.
Let me do this. Let me play the commercial, and then we're going to come back for a couple more minutes. You may have a couple of more questions that you want us to
Yep.
discuss. I asked Dr. Eddie to come on so he could ask me questions. I'm usually interviewer, but let's go to the commercial, and we'll be right back. Oh, hey, I'm sitting here planning, man. I'm so excited. Impact 2024. I'm sitting here planning the curriculum. I'm working everything now. What is Impact 2024, you asking? It is my mentorship program. I've been working on this for years, and now is the time. 2024, you're going to give birth to your ideas. You're going to give birth to your dreams. You're going to give birth to your vision, and I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to be sharing 6 weeks with you on branding, entrepreneurship, influencing, media, consistency, event planning, relationships, avoiding burnout, scheduling, how to put a hectic schedule together, how to put a team together, how to network with one another. Join me for 6 weeks. The dates are on the screen right now. I need you to sign up right now. It's an investment of $600. You say $600. Yeah, it's an investment. So if that scares you, then it's not for you. I want some people that's ready to invest in your life, and I want to help take you on the journey. We're going to do 6 weeks, once a week, every Monday, as a team, as a group, 10 people. And then I'm going to take you 4 times individually for 30 minutes, and we're going to work out your plan. Business person, entrepreneur, you just have a vision. You're a minister, you're a preacher. You want to know, I have years of experience, and I want to share it with you. So register right now, GregDavisShow.com. Go there right now. Slots are going fast, and go with God. Dr. Eddie, welcome back.
I love it.
Thank you, sir. One of the things I want to say, it's funny. It's funny. Somebody called me yesterday, and they said it was an older than me preacher who was like somebody that I watched 30 years ago, had their own television station, and now he was calling me, and he said, what should I be doing with this studio that I have, this television studio that I have? I said, first of all, you should be building a space for a podcast. Now, what is a podcast? I'm like, because we don't pivot. You know what a podcast really is? A podcast is just an interview. That's the new name for it. That's really all it is. It's an interview. It's a discussion. And I was like, how am I just maybe 8-9 years younger than him? Is because we don't invest in ourselves knowing what's new. We don't read. We don't stay up. I asked God years ago, I said, God, please, whatever you do, keep me relevant. We don't stay relevant. We don't stay relevant. I said, you need to do this, that, and the other. People call me all the time for advice. What do I need to do? I said, you need to make that a content space. It's not just about you now taking a program and airing it. It's about the next generation, letting them come in. And so I want to share all those things with you, because let me say this, Dr. Eddie, and then you can come for a couple of minutes. You can be young and be irrelevant. Relevance is not an age. Relevance has to do with, are you willing to grow?
Wow.
Are you adaptable? Are you pliable? Because I know the worst thing in the world in my field as a preacher is to hear a young preacher walk up to me. He's 20 years old. Hey, Doc, what are you talking about? Hey, Doc, what? Because relevancy is not an age. Go ahead, Dr. Eddie. We're going to close in two minutes.
Bishop, you dropping so many nuggets of wisdom on us, and this is free right now. This is free. Imagine what people are getting when they join your mentorship mastermind, because they've invested in themselves. And you mentioned you actually right in what I wanted to ask you next, because you talk about relevancy is not an age, it's a stage of maturity. I was in a business meeting this weekend. The guy, he's like, man, I love what you're doing, and you got a great litany and list of things that you've done. I just want to ask you, what's your why? And I was able to answer it, but a lot of us, when somebody asks us what's our why, we scratch in our head. We really can't give a solid, clear answer to the question. So, Bishop, with all that you have done, with all that you do, with all that you continue to do, what motivates you to be you? What motivates you? How have you been able to really remain relevant, to do ministry in the marketplace, to galvanize a pulpit and a platform? We were so focused on being behind lecterns. Now we own laptops. How have you been able to make the shift and the transition and still bring transformation by remaining relevant in who it is that you are and what it is that you do?
You're probably going to be amazed at my answer. I've done nothing. I have surrounded myself with people.
Wow.
I have surrounded myself with people that know more than me. I
Mm,
surround myself with people that are younger than me. I surround myself with people that still have a lot of life in them, so they can continue to keep me youthful. So I keep people around me that know more than me. I keep
mm,
good advisors around that I trust, because anybody that has vision and nobody's following or nobody's working with them, they're walking by themselves. So it's the
wow.
team that I have. I'm always learning. I'm always listening. You don't know, Dr. Eddie. I listen to you and learn from you. When you've come on the podcast many times, I
Mm,
listen to your ideas. I listen to your mind, and I watch this. I glean. I'm always looking for more information. I'm always seeing what other people are doing. So it's not me. The only me that's involved is an open mind,
mm,
that I'm
wow.
able to say I don't know that. But guess what? I'm going to find out. This is the information highway that we're on. We're taking a
Mm,
journey. And many people use social media and the internet for fun and negativity. I use it for information. I'm
mhm,
forever a student. If I live to 100, I will still be a student.
mm,
I'm gonna use this analogy, and then we're done. I watched my grandfather not pivot. I watched my hey Tasha, I watched my grandfather, who was a debonair, well-dressed man. I watched him start wearing mismatched suits. And I told God,
mm.
I said, when I get older, I don't want to dress like that. Now I used my grandfather and what the way he didn't pivot and what he wore, but really I'm talking about our minds.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, because
see.
it's a mindset. You have to want to forever be a student. You have to forever want to learn. You have to want to stay relevant. And relevancy, again, is not an age, it's a mindset. You
Mm,
you have on Gucci this morning, this afternoon. All right. You could have had a button down on, looking like an old man, but you look, you know. I know young men your age that look they're irrelevant. It's not about what they wear, and even the way they talk old. If you're going to
yeah.
reach this generation, then you have to know what the generation is doing. And if I don't know, I ask. I'm
Mm,
not afraid to call and ask. Hey, and I think sometimes when people when people do things, they're not looking at what they're doing, comparing it, not copying, but comparing. Hey, I'm gonna use something just as simple as a graphic. Do your graphic look like everybody else's? Or does it still look like it's from the 80s?
mm,
Do what you're doing just look thrown together? We can't throw stuff together nowadays. I looked at your conference, Dr. Eddie. It was well put together. It
appreciate it.
looked, it was planned out, it was strategized. I don't know who your team was, but whoever it was, they had your back. It looked
Mm,
good. What are you presenting? What are you presenting to your audience? I'm gonna get into all that. Hey, it's an investment of $600. Those of you that want to be a part, gregdavisshow.com. I have 10 seats. I have 6 seats available. Impact 2024 mentorship, gregdavisshow.com. It starts on the 22nd of January. It ends February 26th. 6 group sessions, Mondays, 8 p.m. And then 4 individual sessions that I will sit down with you for 30 minutes and walk out your vision and tell you how I did it. Dr. Eddie, thank you so much for sharing part of your Saturday afternoon with me.
Thank you, Bishop. You've passed the baton to the next generation. Not only are you a sprinter, you're a marathon runner. You've had long distance, and then you continue to run your race at your pace with God's grace. And I love what you're doing. You've impacted millions on television. You've impacted millions through just your words of wisdom. You could be mentoring thousands, but I love how you're doing it with the intimacy of it. Just 10 people to be able to pour, to make it a one-to-one type of connection. And so I know people see the value in this, and this is your time to invest, to not just have more in 2024, to become more. And Bishop, you the man to do it.
What do you have coming up, Dr. Eddie? How can they follow you? How can they find you?
Absolutely. Connect with me. The revolution not only be televised, it'll be digitized. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
I was
TikTok, and we
waiting
don't
for it. It
stop.
was in my mind. It was in my mind. Go ahead.
You in my mind, I'm feeling the temptations coming on now. It ain't even Christmas time. But
Yes.
yeah, at Eddie Connor Jr. Put some respect on my name, EDDIECONNOR JR. I do a YouTube live every single Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow me, connect with me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the notification bell, youtube.com/Eddie Connor. And I'll be just inspiring you and empowering you.
And again, thank you, sir. Impact 2024 mentorship program. We're going to teach you. I'm going to teach you everything: influence, branding, marketing, PR, how to schedule, how to cause your influence to even be greater. I'm going to teach you everything I know. All you got to do is register, and all you got to do is invest. Go register at gregdavishow.com. Thank everybody for being here. We're getting ready to go. And as I always say, go with God. Go with God. Peace out, everybody.